Good morning, everyone. My name is Ujjwal, and today we are going to present. We are going to have a group discussion on the topic "My Views on National Education Policy 2020." So, with me today, today's speakers are me, and with us is Jyoti Singh and Ankur Srivastav. So, hi Jyoti, hi Ankur.
Hello.
Hello.
So, we will have a group discussion on the topic which I described before uh, the preceding slide. And on the last video, which was our group discussion practice on Sushant Singh Rajput, it was a murder or suicide. So I had a comment from Mr. Suresh Kumar Singh. He is my uncle. So he said that he recommended Ankur and Jyoti. What he recommended was that you can see on the screen that it would be better if you have selected any national current topics like Indo-China relation, GDP downfall, impact of COVID-19 on Indian economy, unemployment, unrest. So these are the topics which he recommended, and so I wanted to say that, Uncle, we all would try to bring these topics in the further group discussion for our practice. And what he has written that your approach must be positive and worthful. Please be careful with your attitude. Okay. So thank you, Uncle. And your approach must be positive and worthful. So I think he is talking about while we are doing a group discussion, we have to be positive and worthful. So thank you for your comment. And we three would try to bring our these things in our next the group discussions. So thank you. Now, what are the protocols to be followed during GD, or we can say group discussion? So what are the do's right now? Let me be clear that it is not a general GD practice, but for right now it is that what we have to follow. So please listen carefully that it is the first one is use only English language. Don't hesitate if you go wrong. The second is raise hand whenever you want to speak. After every 2 minutes of speaking, pass topic to another member of discussion to continue so that everyone would get fair chance. The fourth one is it is okay to come prepared. You can have notes for help. So what we had done that we selected the topic few days back, and we have come prepared, a kind of prepared. And the sixth topic is listen other members' opinion carefully. This is very important. It can help you to get your own point in between. Huh. So these are the do's, and the continued part is don'ts. So the first is don't interrupt anyone in between conversation. So if you have to bring your point, you can raise your hand or you can say it very politely. The second point is don't argue with a particular member in between the conversation. Third one, don't try to prove anyone wrong. Don't target a particular member. Don't leave the meeting in between if proven wrong. So this is a very when we get into heated arguments and we don't agree with the opponent, so sometimes we leave the room, or right now we can say leave the meeting. So we don't have to do that. The sixth thing is don't pass any comment on the members of the discussion. Seventh, don't take it personally. Eight, try to be humble with other members of the group. Don't create pressure during the session and forget everything after discussion. And after the discussion, give feedback about other members' performance so that it can help others to improve for next discussion. Now this part will improve us. Now in the last video, we didn't added this part, but in this video, we'll add and try to give each other a feedback. So now don't feel bad if someone will give negative feedback about you, and remember, so this is a very important thing. And for this only we are trying to improve ourselves, and try to improve our gain our knowledge and improve our personality, our soft skills. So best of luck, guys, and now let's begin. So let us start.
Good morning, everyone. As Ujjwal said, we are going to discuss about new education policy. So, new education policy 2020, which was approved by Union Cabinet of India on 29 July 2020, and in which they give outline of India's new education system. In this policy, I would like to explain few features which are very beneficial for new generations, like the structure of the school curriculum, in which the children start their schooling at age 3, and at age 3 they will class 1 rather than nursery and junior KG and senior KG. So with help of this feature, children can save their time, because nursery and senior KG is a only waste of time, because having nothing more to study, like spending 2 years only learning of late, only waste of time. So this is beneficial. And second one is after class 9, they can choose only those subjects in which they want to start their career. So also they can change their stream after 10th and 10th plus 2 whenever they think they that subject, or they are not capable to study subject. So also have more features in NEP which are very beneficial for new generation students. So I'll be explain later. So now anyone wants to take, so they can.
So now, thank you, Jyoti, for starting the conversation and the discussion. And I think you have followed the most important points, that what NEP is, National Education Policy. And so in this, I would like to add some points that might have been, I could not say that left, but I would like to add my points, is that before this NEP was NEP, National Education Policy, came, it was around 34 years back that the last education policy had been passed in around 1983, and at the mid time between the 34 years, it was amended a little bit. And but a 34 years gap for India, which has a huge population and huge youth which are getting education, it is a very big gap. And now this National Education Policy is trying to bring out those things which were left before. In the last policy, it was around, the main focus was equity and education. The main focus was that the education should be equal for all, and it should reach to the remotest parts of the villages of India, to the remotest parts of India. So in now, in the NEP, which is started, or we can say which has been brought by the government in July 29th. If I'm right about the date, if I'm wrong, please correct me. So in this, what they are trying to say, that as Jyoti, you have very, very beautifully brought out that it is about the 5+4+, like that. It is starting. Before that, it has not focused at the initial stage of the education life, which was kindergarten. But now they are focusing from the kindergarten. They are saying that we will try to make a regulation starting from the preschool, or we say that Anganwadi and those schools, that we say play schools. So from that they will focus, and then they will the another thing which has came is that from the sixth class student be taught basic coding. Right now in India, as we are seeing that service sector is booming and IT sector is booming very much, so they are seeing that there is a demand for the future, that people will need to code, and it would be a basic thing, it would be a basic knowledge to have a understanding about the coding. So it is a very great initiative. And after that, in the college what they are doing or trying to do is that they will have a credit system. Like if you want to if you have taken admission to any graduation of any stream, if you are doing BTech. So it was before that, what used to be done was that you have to complete your BTech. So if you can't leave at the third year, if you are leaving at the third year, you won't be rewarded a degree. And so now what they are trying to do is that if you leave at the second year or maybe third year, then maybe you have you might have any problem, like you can say that any financial problem or any personal life problem. So you leave your education at your second or third year of BTech. Now after taking a gap, you can again take admission into any other college or any other institute which is providing the same course, and you can start from your fourth year. So this is a very great initiative. They have said that they will remove the MPhils. Before PhD it was compulsory to do, it is a the main undergraduation program will be of 4 years. So third year the person will get the degree, and if he goes to the fourth year, he will get a research reward. In that, this will be shown that he has done some research in that, and after that he doesn't have to do the MPhil, he can directly do the PhD. So it will save time, and it will also improve the upper education system. And I think at the 11, if anybody would like to come, he can come. Ankur, Jyoti, if anybody would like to
Yes,
add points.
I want to add something.
Yes, Ankur.
The national education policy, well, it is a good initiative taken by the government, and few things I want to mention in this. Like the first thing is that exit options in degree courses, as you said, it is really a best policy made by government, as students who have financial issues or health issues in between their course, in between these 4 years graduation, they will be mostly benefited from this policy. Like if you were pursuing a graduation, a 4 year graduation, and in between, in after 2 years you were not feeling well, or your health does not support you, then you can quit from that, quit in between, and you will get a certificate.
Hmm.
And whenever you good or feel healthy, and like you want to join it again, you can pursue it from there. And second thing which I think that government has come with a good initiative, that the mother tongue as a medium of instructions. Like I said, language should not be a barrier in education. Na? In India, our mother tongue is Hindi, and in most of the schools or colleges, students have to force to speak English, but that I think should not be done, na? Because we should respect our mother. So this, as this initiative has, the respect for our mother tongue, which is lacking and fading currently in youths, will increase suddenly. Yeah, we will see a surge in the respect of our mother tongue, and most of the people will come up bit come up with with their mother tongue. So, and third thing which I want to mention, education policy, which government has come, that every student is equally important when it comes to education. This policy reflected clearly. Like government has decided to provide scholarship to the meritorious students through the National Scholarship Portal on the basis of their merit, which is a wise decision. As some like see, it's not about only even looking at subject ones, or we say that the reserves, the category will be benefited from that. It's about first. It's about that one has said repeatedly: first deserve, then desire. So because of this national scholarship portal, you will give exam, and the basis of that of the result or the merit, you will be benefited as scholarship.
Hmm.
And the fourth thing which I want to mention is the multidisciplinary approach policy in this national education policy. This is, I think, really a great approach made by government, because you see the can now opt according to their personal interest subjects. You know, there, if I have a like I for example, if I say that I have a personal interest in photography, na, but
Hmm.
there is no subject like photography taught in school. You can pursue it as a not you cannot pursue it as a subject. You can do it as an extracurricular activity now.
Hmm. You're right.
But
Yes.
as this multidisciplinary approach policy has come, you can with my MBA degree, I can also pursue my photography as a subject, and that would be really beneficial for me. And the main thing which I thought, which I think there is that lack in the policy, which where I think government has lacked in this policy, that the government has not mentioned that how the facility of the government schools will uh, be improved. Like we see the convent schools or the private schools facilities are far much better than government school facility. But currently the situation is like that the most of the students cannot avail, no, or
Hmm.
cannot find
The
if not
technologies,
financially.
current technologies
Uh,
which other schools are using.
yes, no, exactly. Or also, if you talk about the fee structure, they cannot avail that facility, and uh, they cannot pay that high amount of fees in that private convent schools. So they prefer to go to government schools. But as you can see the situation of the government schools, the teachers are
Uh,
well versed
hmm.
of the government schools, than far better than the private schools teachers. But the is not there, and also teacher sincere towards teaching the students, and also students are also sincere towards study. So government should focus on this to improve the facility of the government school, at least at part convent schools, or I say private schools, no? So these are things
So
which I
now,
wanted to mention.
so at the end, Ankur, you have brought that what is missing, right? How so? I would also like to
Yes.
add one point is that it many critics have come that critics have said that what the main problem with the new education policy is that how it will be implemented. Like Manish Sisodia, who is the Delhi's education minister, he said that it is good on paper, but how will you implement it? It looks good very much on paper, but how will you implement, that is the big question. So this is a big issue, that how it would be implemented. The government has taken some plans, that it has set it some targeted, that we will train the teachers and we will do these things at 2035, 2025. They have set it a target, but it would be a very big. And right now we can see that with the coronavirus pandemic, which is changing a trend. So many the people having the good background, they come from well off families, they can avail the technology for their education, but at the basic level, at the very low level. So how can they, it is a big question that how they will have their education. So this is a question for national education policy. So Jyoti, what you would say that what is missing in
Yeah, yeah.
the national education policy?
Thank you, Ujjwal. As you said before, Ujjwal, before people are not aware about how much education is important are. So now government that time government focused to create awareness between the people that how much education is important for them. But now I thought 90% people are aware that education are very important for them. So now government focus to create skills between the people. So as we know, uh, skills are very important for us because when we will be doing when we are going we will be go industry for job. So will we do great in industry when we learn skills and we are expert in particular skills. So it is very important to learn skills. Modified.
Sorry, Jyoti, my internet connection had gone, so that's why. Can you please repeat what you were saying?
Okay. Again. Okay. I told
Sorry.
before. I told that
You
before
you
people are
you
not
had
aware.
you had completed about. I'm very sorry. You had completed. You talked about the skills, and after that a call came, so that's why the internet connection had lost. So after the skills, what you were saying?
Okay. I only say I told that skills are very important as God said that rather than focusing on learning a subjects book and all, we'll develop our skills because it is very necessary to industry because whenever we will be going to industry for job, so skills help us for doing great job in. So and also and with help of policy, we can doing great job. So also with help of this, we can develop our economy and nation. So anyone
Okay.
who wants to take so they can.
Okay, so if we have to sum up our discussion, so I would start as that I think that it is a very good opportunity for India to have change at this particular time after 34 years, and it would be very good. I know that it is not yet that it is completed, that it would be changed with the time, with the technology, with the coming of time, with the trends. It has to change itself, it has to adapt itself. I think that right now it is very good. So thank you from my side, and if you have to conclude, Ankur and Jyoti, you can. Ankur, you have muted yourself. I'm sorry. You have muted yourself.
Sorry, and I still have been speaking. Yes,
No issues.
and I want to say that the policy is really good, and let's see when government is going to apply. But what I think that government should also focus on the right, not digital education, not providing digital educations on their portals to those at least who cannot is not able to come to the schools, or not, or
Hmm.
like they live far away from the schools, like 20 or 25 kilometers away, or they are not physically able to come down. But now, right now, if you are still physically not able, then still you have to come to school to get a proper education. But I think there the government has to work on this. If you are living far away from where you do not have the facility of a good schools and you wanted to study in a good schools, then and or you are not physically able to come to the schools for a good education, then I think government should work on the digital providing digital education to those remote areas students,
Okay.
so that they can also get equal opportunity. And because we are living in a digital and we are focusing to improve, we are improving more and more in that. So why we have to study through only through YouTube channels or upgrade or any education? The government should also work on this and come but with these new technologies or any portal, I think, where you can get free education and a free distance education policy with equally important degrees which schools are providing right now.
Okay.
So that's what I want to know.
Mm, uh, According to me, national education policy is very beneficial for me and also helpful for rural people because, as Ujjwal and also Ankur said, that they can drop study between, and if they have a financial problem and other issues like health and all, but they can start again if they are capable to complete their study, and they also get degrees if they drop between the so they can if their graduation is for 3 years, and if they drop in 2 years, so they get a certificate for 2 years of education. So it is beneficial for everyone. That's it.
Okay.
Now you start as well.
Okay, okay. So I think we have our discussion was very fruitful, right? It was very good, and we can now conclude. So thank you, Ankur and Jyoti, for this group discussion we had on national education policy. That it was very good. I think now we can come to the feedback, right? We can give each other feedback on a record on this recording. So if anybody would like to give a feedback. Okay, I should start. Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can.
so what at one point in the group discussion, I think the we were very good from the last group discussion. It was very good. I think we now we had the confidence to talk with each other very comfortably. But I think that at the starting we had not presented the factual things which I think it was missing. And at one point what I saw that when we were giving a chance, we could have brought our points. It would not be interjection, like if I was saying something, and if anyone would you would have to add some point, we could have added that. Like we could have said that sorry to interrupt, and we could have added that point. It would not be any interruption or any aggressive way of blocking the opponent. So I think that we could have done that also. And I think it was very nice. The rest was very good. So what you have to say, Ankur and Jyoti?
Yes, I also think that because today we are from the last session. Uh, we are content in speaking.
Hmm.
I think Jyoti was also really good at speaking because today she has a good. She has involved herself good,
Hmm.
and you were also good. Last time you were also hesitating. I was also hesitating. So today
Last
I
time
think
I was
we are.
wearing a vest. Right now I'm wearing a shirt.
Yeah. So today
Ankur
I
too.
have
Last
not
time
involved.
he was wearing a t-shirt and all, and then shirt and all.
Yes, fine.
Yes, Ankur, you were saying?
We were really good. So anything else?
So Jyoti, you would like to say something?
In this group discussion, actually, I haven't any point to say, but maybe point is missing, like you said, Ujjwal. Uh, First give introduction, then features, and then conclusion. Maybe this is missing, but nothing more I have to say. What is missing is this group discussion.
Okay. So okay, then we'll conclude. So thank you everyone, Ankur and Jyoti especially, and thank you for the, if viewers are watching this, if they are watching it till the end, and I would like to say, if you feel that we have any problem, like if we would giving any if we were adding any fillers or saying or any grammatical mistake, you can say that at this point we were this. It would be very good that we are trying to improve ourselves, so it would be very good if you all give your feedbacks. So thank you, and have a great day ahead. Be safe, be secure.